I think we all understand that the nature of vector images is complexity. There's a lot of math there, but there's also about things sometimes getting in the way. So what I've done here, and this is a document called Lock Hide, we're going to talk about the lock and the hide mechanisms inside of Adobe Illustrator. We can get to them two ways. Let's bring my layers up here. Put it right about there. Layer 1 has everything in it. I can show hide the whole thing. It's all going to go away. If I click this triangle here, it opens up the sub-elements. Now what I did is I grouped the butterfly, I grouped the flower, and I grouped the background. So you can see each one of these. That makes that a whole lot easier. So as I drew them, I basically grouped them together. Now that helps. But if you've ever done this, I know you have, you go to select one thing and you wind up selecting another. I hate it when that happens. So you think you're selecting the butterfly, but you accidentally select the background and you wind up moving it and you go, I wish I hadn't done that. You press undo, Control Z. I love that key. It's my favorite key on the entire planet. But sometimes I want to see things, but I don't want to access them. And sometimes I don't want to see things because I want to work on what's underneath them. A couple of ways we can do this. If we want to lock the background, we can select it here. One way would be to go up to the word Object on the pull-down menu and go down to Lock. Lock the selection. Now, in doing so, even though they're all in the same layer, I no longer have the ability to control the background in terms of moving it, but I can still access and move the other things that are on the screen. Now, the easier way to do that, actually, let's do this first. Let's go to the word Object and go down to Unlock. You only have a control for unlocking all. If you've got 3 or 4 things locked, you're going to unlock them all. Now, the other way to do that, which would be easier in my opinion, is to find the subgroup in this case, which is the background right here, and just click this button right here. That prevents the moving or manipulation of that subgroup. Now, we could do the same thing with these two, but let's say I want to work on the background, so I'm going to unlock it. But I want to temporarily get rid of the butterfly and the flower. Now again, there's 2 ways we could do this. We could go up to the word Object on the pull-down menu. Actually, let's select what we want to get rid of. And then go back to Object and tell the computer we want to hide them. Hide the selections. They go away. I can do all the work I want to right now. We come back up to the word Object and you can only show all. So the more precision scalpel-like way to do this would be to go into the Layers panel and actually make those 2 go away, and now you have access to what you want. When you're working in Adobe Illustrator, don't let the complexity kind of sneak up on you. As you're working, realize that you can group things. We'll talk about grouping later, but you can group things. You can put them into separate layers. You can operate and lock and hide things in the subgroups, and all it's doing is giving you control. On to the next.